Great evening, great evening. It's a little late, but great Wednesday evening, 11:12 p.m. My riders are up. You'll see me, you'll join, or you'll catch the replay. I hope that you watch it then as well. And I just want to talk to you about this quote and what it means to me. Tim Grover is the mental coach for, and was the mental coach for Michael Jordan, for Kobe, for Dwayne Wade, and for many other people across multiple sports. And he does this for businesses now, and he's a speaker. At any rate, so you get who he's worked with and who he's helped to get to that level of greatness. So if you have not already done so, grab a hold of his book, Relentless, and learn a few things from him. Learn what your style is, and then start to develop the style that you want, right? Take some pointers and learn from it. So he's a real no nonsense type of in your face and no excuses type of guy. One of his quotes here that resonated with me was, in order to have what you really want, right? And immediately when he said it, I finished the thought, you have to do things that you haven't done before, right? Because we've heard that quote before. And then he hit me with, you must first be who you really are, right? And that requires you to have a level of honesty that you may not be comfortable with, right? So the first step is that you have to sit and do some real self-evaluation and look at the good and the bad. Figure out what it is that's holding you back. Try to find out what it is, right? You may not know. You know you're stuck, but you don't know why. So you want to take some time, right? And this is a theme of mine throughout all of this, right? Just take some time and go back and keep going back until you get to that point where you started hearing the things that are keeping you down or holding you back from your full potential because you heard it from so many different people. But you do a self-evaluation to find out who you are for yourself. What do you believe in? What have you not been doing, even though you believe in it, because you were afraid of what others would think and their opinions, and that they would not rock with you anymore, right? Be true to you, but you have to first know who you are. And that requires you to do that deep dive. That also requires you to be honest. Just because you want to be something doesn't mean you are. So once you find the core of who you are and are truly honest in that discussion with yourself, then you can start to have what you really want. Excuse me. Because you begin to work and be and act in integrity. And every facet of what you're doing is aligned with who you really are, your actual being, right? So you start to reach your goals simply because you're just living in your truth and not trying to be something for someone else to please them. People pleasing. I could do a whole series on that, and I may very well just do it because I'm a recovering people pleaser. And just like people with addictions, it's not something that goes away, right? You call me, my immediate reaction if you have a problem is, how can I help? Or I will offer some help. And I had to learn to not do that, right? I'm willing to help people, but I would do it to my own detriment. So you really want to know who you are, stick with that, have it drive your personal vision and your personal mission so that you can achieve the goals that you have for yourself. And until you do that, until you act and honor yourself, you're really never going to get what you want. You might get a lot of money, might get a lot of attention or whatever, but it's always going to be something else you want because you're not living in your own truth. And believe me, it's better to live in your own truth with a few people around you than be loved and liked by everyone and, turn into a whole different person when you're in private because you can't be you, right? You're lying. And first of all, you're lying to yourself, yet alone to the people who are seeing that other person, that facade, and thinking you're one way and you're the other. So you never really have the success that you want when you have to live in a bubble and when you have to lie about who you are just so that the people like you, right? Be you, and who's for you is for you, and it will come, right? And so there's that quote. And my friend Carla does her daily prayer post today. And so I had intended to talk about Tim's statement and the whole piece that being honest plays with that. And this is a segment, just a little snippet from what her post this morning says. So thank you very much, Carla. It was very timely. Apostle M.R. Stone, your words are very insightful and on point. We need to be honest. So the prayer was, Lord, enable us to be honest with people about who we are, how we feel, and what we desire. When you're afraid to say what you want, you get what others will give you, right? When you're afraid to go after what you want, go after your own dreams, you are helping someone else create their own, right? Be who you are. Be honest with people about who you are, and they will either love you or not. And it's okay if they don't. You deal with your tribe, you deal with your circle, and nowadays the circles are getting smaller and smaller, and that's okay, right? But you need to be strong enough to know that it's okay for you to only have a few people that you have as an outlet. If there's people who ride for you, that is all you need, right? Be truthful and honest about how you feel. We cannot make assumptions. I am still working on that one. You can't make assumptions and assume that people will know what you meant if you don't say it, right? If I don't say how I feel and you don't act according to what I wanted you to act, I have no one but myself to blame for that, right? I would love for you to be able to read my mind, but if I'm not telling you how I feel, then I should not expect you to know just because, right? It's nice, it's a nice thought, but that's not how it works. And what we desire, plain and simple, what do you want? Be unapologetic about what you want and go after it. And if you need assistance with it, get the assistance. If you don't, it's okay. Do it on your own. But you just need to be honest with that and letting people know, right? The other half of that prayer, the other piece that stuck out for me. Let us see that if we're not honest with ourselves, life will never be honest with us. Life, other people, if we can't be honest with us, why would other people want to be honest with us? Why would they feel the need to be honest with us, especially if they can see through our lies that we're telling ourselves and them, right? It's not just ourselves we're lying to. When we're living a lie, we're telling them lies. So why would we expect? Because karma and the universe and all of that good stuff is real. If we're putting out falsehoods, then we should expect that we're getting them back. And I'm at a point in my life where it's okay. I don't need your stories. I want to accept you for who you are, right? I want to bask in your strength of being able to stand on your own and not have to tell stories and get approval from other people. Those people rock to me. I look at them and I'm just like, you just get it, because I'm still working on some pieces of that myself. There's a good part of me that really could care less what you think, and I love y'all all. Could care less what you think, and that part of me is clear. But there's some pieces about of me that would like approval, and that's just normal, right? I'm waiting to get there and just be like, take it or leave it, take it or leave it. So I got some levels to get through, but I am always in awe of people who have a clear sense of who they are, and I know everyone has moments, but for the most part, have a clear sense of who they are, what they like, don't like, what they will accept from people, and they're willing to cut off anything that doesn't serve them. Doesn't mean they're selfish. It just means that they're not going to allow people to talk anything but life into them. They're not going to allow people to mess up their vibe, right? Operate on my frequency and don't operate with me at all is where we are with this. And the people who can do that consistently are the people who see the most success, people who are happiest because they are eliminating all of, or at least a good deal of the trouble that they might encounter if they weren't really clear on who they were, what they'll accept, and keeping the right people, right? Wrong people, but keeping the right people away from them, because they're not operating in truth, they're not operating in integrity, and as such, you don't need to be in my space, right? So enable us to be honest with people about who we are, how we feel, and what we desire. Let us see that if we're not honest with ourselves, life will never be honest with us, right? If we don't know who we really are, then we're never really going to get what we want. Self-evaluation, being strong enough to be honest with yourself, to figure out what it is that you want in life, who you are in life, and then you can go after what you want in life. um, is the message that I have for you on this Wednesday. Even if it's really late, I did get it in because I am committed to doing this every day. It helps me, and I know that it helps you. It takes me 20 seconds to I'm listening to something, learning something every day. It takes me all of 20 seconds to throw it on a slide and then come talk to you about it, right? So, and I enjoy this, whether you're on live or not. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And what your struggles with this are, if you have any, or message me if you don't want to comment in public. But I'm always curious to hear what struggles other people have. And, it helps me sometimes. It helps me to help other people. Um, Helps me to know what topics to talk about when you actually comment back to me. So help me if you find this helpful. Help me help you so that I stay on the right path to the type of information that you're finding useful, and that will start you on the path to where it is that you're trying to go. But otherwise, have a great evening, good folk, and I will see you tomorrow, or talk to you tomorrow. You'll see me. Bye bye.